Yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a while for Igor, and so today I'm going to give it a try. This book is called The Road to Life, and it was given to my dad. And I'll tell you the story of how he got it. But I've always loved this book and the sentiment behind it, and so he's let me have it. So anyway, I'm going to share this with you. Okay, this is my dad's story of how he got this book. It's called The Road to Life. This book is entitled The Road to Life and was given to me during my trip to the Soviet Union in 1975. I was there as part of the staff of the admiral in charge of the Navy task group that visited Leningrad in May 1975 in conjunction with the 30th anniversary of VE Day. During our one-week stay in Leningrad, Navy personnel were encouraged to go ashore and visit with the local populace. There was a large park near the area where our ships were berthed, and on the warm spring evenings, people would come to the park in large numbers to meet the Americans. To say the least, we were an oddity in the country, which was still under communist dictatorship. One particular evening, I was talking to a small crowd of Russians. Many Russians were highly educated, so it was not difficult to find one who was willing to perfect his English-speaking abilities and serve as an interpreter for the group. While I was talking with the group, an elderly gentleman in rather shabby clothes came up to me, and he gave me a big hug. He also gave me a bouquet of fresh flowers and this book. He told me through an interpreter that he had been an army officer and was stationed in Leningrad during the 900-day Nazi siege during World War II. He said the only reason that he and the army of his countrymen survived was because of the supplies that came into Archangel from American ships during the winter. The supplies were offloaded in Archangel and taken by truck and horse-drawn sleds hundreds of possibly thousands of miles to Leningrad. Since the Nazis controlled the skies, it was impossible to move the supplies when the weather was good. Therefore, during the long, dark winter nights, supplies were transported to this city. Part of the road included a huge lake called Lake Ladoga, which would freeze over during the harsh winters. The freezing of the lake allowed the logistics pipeline to be shortened by many hundreds of miles. This was crucial to the survival of Leningrad and millions of people that were trapped there for almost 3 years. Many hundreds of thousands died of wounds, disease, and starvation, but the city held on, and the breaking of the siege proved to be a turning point of the war on the Russian front. The pictures in this book tell the story vividly. The partial translation of the writing on the cover was done by a professor at the University of Illinois in the early 1980s. He said that he could not do a complete translation because of the old style of handwriting. It was not familiar to him. That's my dad's story. I've actually had Alexis from the Silver community check the translation of this inscription, and he has verified that it is correct. This is the inscription. Let me tell you what it says, because I think it's pretty special. It says, to an American serviceman from a citizen of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics who experienced the horror of the blockade, let the word war be known only as a word in the dictionary. Amen. Yeah.